Welcome back to Let's Play Starship Titanic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get around the beginning part of the game and actually doing some work around here. Because you will have needed to upgrade in order to do anything around here. Note that you have this beautiful silver now, which is better than the monochrome color they gave you before. You're a silver member now. So let's go through this door. Lead us right into the elevator way. Now the first thing we're going to do, first thing on everybody's mind, is to change those cell point settings. Your cell point settings either are in, they're right in here. Now you cannot enter this building unless you are a second class member, and that's what we are. What you'll see in this room are basically artistic versions of some of the bots that you might be familiar with. For instance, this one kind of looks like somebody you might know. Perhaps that guy there. So what we're going to do is we're going to tweak this.
Still be just a snooty, you know. Still be just a snooty.
Shut up. Go fly somewhere else, parrot. Now, this robot controls this person's, or this sort of model controls this robot's cell point settings. Now this one just went red, so we don't want that. Pump it up back up to where it's yellow. And this one's fine. This one, I believe, belongs to Marcinta Drubish. Let's see if we can get her tweaked. There's one of them, see that?
She needs a complete head transplant.
And there you go. Her cell point settings are now fixed. Don't worry about the bottom one. You're not looking at that one. I want to go back to Marcinta. And then this one, which I don't really think has anything to do with that. All three of them are in the yellow, so that doesn't have any pertinence to anybody I know of. Nor does that. I believe that's the elevator. I think. But this is the guy we need to fix for Craig. Notice the dome head. Dome head. There's something about everything that represents whatever that is they're supposed to be representing. Now look, only one cell point setting is correct. The other one is malfunctioned. I'll just give this a tweak. And that one goes down. If you want to really turn him into a dickwad, that's what you do. But we don't want that. We want a good working bot.
All you like. He's still just an airhead.
Well, now he's more of a smarter airhead, and one who's not a smart ass anymore either. He's still got a little attitude in him, though. So now I believe we fixed everybody that needs to be fixed. So we can now leave this area and go out the door here. Now let's see if there's anything else around here. Oh, yes, there is. Now this is mainly... You notice the switch doesn't do anything. But you see, we need to go downstairs and fix something before we do. Now, this will give you an insight on the creators of the ship that cannot possibly go wrong, Starship Titanic. If you look at each individual head, you'll see their names. Robostigan. Remember these names, because you'll need to punch them into the computer. Well, you don't really have to. Then you got Scraliontis.
Bing bong.
And
We regret to announce that morning prayer session.
Shut up, shut up,
Leovinus.
shut up. There's enough noise around here with me squawking all the time without you joining in as well.
Thank you, Parrot. Now, Leovinus is, of course, played by Douglas Adams. So he would be the main guy in charge. And eventually you get to go downstairs and spy on their journal, their emails to each other. But it's to give you a clue on something I will point out to you anyway, so we really don't need to muck about with that. But we are going to go around the opposite direction and show you a few things that you can do now that we're at the top of the well. Let's begin by going into the parrot room, since everybody wants to see this. This is the guy causing all the disturbances. And he never shuts up either.
Stop it!
Put him in your inventory.
I shall screech!
Now once you do that,
Screech!
shut up.
No, screech!
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Screech! Screech!
Now you notice that when you put him in your inventory, the cage closes and locks itself. Take a look around. Oh, there is a stick here. It's a perch. Now, when you have the parrot in your inventory too long, watch, he flies away. That's what we want him to do. If you try to leave the room with him, he will still fly out of your inventory, but you will need to carry the parrot to your room somehow. But he does leave behind a feather, and we need that feather. So we're only here to get the perch and be done. But there is something on this TV I wanted to show you real quick. There's a clue here. You're going to have to know what these clues mean. So click on the picture of the TV, click on the switch to turn it on. Channel 1. Channel 2. Just the temperature and the pollen count. Channel 3, which doesn't have anything now. Channel 4. Okay, you see this room marking here. This is the room you're going to need to remember for the first class rooms. This is one of the rooms you will need to bear in mind when you go to the first class. But I'll show you. And it's the same room every game, too. That never changes. But we'll get to that later. Floor 27. Okay. What is on floor 27? Well, let me just explain that. Actually, I'll take you there. Remember that, 27. That's what floor we need to be at. I will take you downstairs and show you what I will be talking about here, so to give you a better visual on it. And remember, you are not timed on this game, so you can take your time. You're not going to get a game over. You don't have to worry about being at a certain place at a certain time, like in Majora's Mask. This is at your leisure, because some games do have that gameplay technology. In here is a library. Now, this
the Mega Scuttler is now armed
is
and preparing
a
to
bomb.
explode. This will be a fairly big explosion, so please stand back about 22 miles. Countdown commencing now. 1,000.
Does anybody recognize the voice?
999. 998.
It's none other than John Cleese himself.
997.
He plays the voice of the smart bomb.
996.
More like the smartass bomb.
995.
He starts counting down the seconds that lead into your total destruction.
993.
The problem is that's all you will hear in that area.
92.
Premonitions of doom. I don't like
Now, you won't be able to get in there yet.
990. 989.
Okay, you come in here. Now, this is where your fuse box is.
988.
Wait, let me read this out to you.
987.
Danger!
986.
Unbelievably high voltage, no user serviceable parts inside.
985.
Open this up. You really shouldn't have opened the first inspection
984.
plate. This is not only fantastically dangerous, but you are voiding your warranty.
982.
Don't say you weren't warned.
981.
All it is just a fuse box. So what we need to do is we need to get this thing
980.
working. And in order to do that, turn this off,
979.
or turn it on, rather.
978.
And take the fuse.
977.
Do the same thing here. Now this looks like what we saw in the museum of the three heads.
counting all the time.
974.
You see that?
973.
And you also need to turn that guy on.
972.
Now you notice you can't turn these knobs on.
971.
They're in the off position now.
970.
We need the fuses in order to turn them on.
969.
Unfortunately, they are color-coded,
968.
so you cannot put the red one with the green one.
967.
It won't work, as you can see.
966.
This isn't a bomb, is it?
965.
Couldn't be a bomb.
So we got this turned on, we got that turned on, we got the fuses,
It is a bomb.
which I don't think they really matter much.
It's a bomb.
962.
But we take them anyway because
961.
by taking the fuse,
960.
it won't be overjuiced.
959.
Don't ask me why that is, but it is the way it is.
958.
We just fixed some of the problems. This is the email I was telling you about.
56.
When you finally get through
55.
and find the combination that shuts that
954.
smart-ass bomb up, you'll be able to input it into the control panel to deactivate the bomb.
952.
But the problem is, the bomb does not go off because since it is a manual countdown
951.
provided by the voice talent of John Cleese,
950.
That's all you will hear. And he will go and start all over again, and you'll
949.
never get it to shut up unless you put in the password.
948.
I'm just going to show you what the password is to cut out all the mucky muck.
947,
So zoom in on it.
946,
The password is NO.
945, 944, 943,
BO.
942,
Do something about it. I'm not ready to die.
941,
There's a whole universe.
940,
Chickens out there.
939.
So you can go up and down by going to the top and bottom parts.
Wordle fruitcake. That fits, yes. Oh, except for the W. Oh, and the F. Well, how about poodle stomping knights? No, not enough letters. Splattering ghastliness. Now, that reminds me, I'm meant to be exploding, aren't I? Damn. Right. Recommencing countdown. Now.
See, he starts
1,000.
over. Some of the things he says are pretty
999,
pretty hilarious, but
998,
John Cleese is that type of a guy.
997,
I think I need to go up to this one.
996,
There's a bomb here.
900.
Damn, I had it right the first time.
994, 993, 992, 991. Look at it this way. You can either try all the combinations, which will probably take us neatly up to the heat death of the universe, or you can solve it by being clever, which also won't do you any good, seeing as nobody likes a smartass.
He just said what the combination was.
And run away. You've still got, how many seconds is it to get out? Oh, damn, I've lost count again. Recommencing countdown. Now, 1,000.
There's a bomb. 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 Concentrate.
998.
See now, if you never get this guy to shut up, you'll never get the parrot to shut up.
996. 995. 994. 993. 992. 991. That'll keep you busy for a while, won't it? There are 23 barrels with 15 characters on each, which means that there are about 1,000.
Nobody likes a smartass.
Well,
Is the
that's me
combination.
done. Closing down countdown sequence. Disarming. Have a nice life.
Thank you, John Cleese. Let's give him a round of applause. Yay! But anyway, what I wanted to explain to you in the first place was this is the heart and soul of Starship Titanic. Down here is the Central Intelligence Unit that powers the entire ship. As you can see, she's missing some parts. Now, what you need to look out for are body parts that you place back onto the central unit. These are the CPU chips, the brain functionality. That's an ear. That's another ear. That's a nose. That's a mouth. Those are eyes. That's what you're on the lookout to find. You put them all together, you get Titania, which is her name, to reconstruct, and so that she can take over as control of the ship once again. But some nutcase, out of spite, and like I said in those emails, they are pretty spiteful against one another, but one of the people involved in this whole shenanigan has taken apart the central control unit and scattered her parts all over the ship. You have to find them and put them back. So let's start. Well, we already have one of the implements to help us out, the feather. So let's go in here and I'll show you what to do. Go over here where the plinth was, then go over here, then over here. This is the elevator. Now, since we turned on the main succubus, we're going to the bilge room, which is the middle button.
Bilge room.
Okay, now you're in the bilge room, which is the main mother of succubi, succubus mother. Now listen carefully.
I feel rotten.
Now, the whole point is that feathers make him sneeze. You find that out later when you try to give him the parrot. Feathers make him sneeze. So give him the feather, and he will sneeze out whomever it is in there. Just hit send.
Feathers. Feathers make me sneeze.
So now he coughs out one of those people that you saw in the museum. Notice that your cursor now turns into a magnifying glass. So use your magnifying glass and take whatever is on his person. It's still a magnifying glass, which means he has more stuff on him. And that's all you can get. A blue fuse and a yellow CPU unit. Let's go back to the embarkation lobby.
Embarkation lobby. Going up.
Now you got one of the items that you need in order to help with your quest. And we will show you exactly how to get around them in a timely manner.
Embarkation lobby.
Now, usually what I like to do is I like to collect as many of the pieces as I can, then take them all downstairs and put them all in good order. Which is what I'll try to do here, and I'll explain everything as I go along here. Now, what we're going to need to do now is we get to fiddle around with some of the second class amenities. We're going to call the pellerator, or pellerator. I'm going to call the pellerator, and what this guy does is it's going to take us to various rooms. This is the promenade deck.
Please stand up straight.
That's the music room. That's the bar. This is back where you came. This is the main area. This here's the restaurant for first class patrons only, and this is where you control the temperature. So, without further ado, I don't suppose we should go here yet, but we do need that hammer. So let's go to the promenade deck and at least get the hammer. Then you can go down to the first class rooms and you can actually grab that stick now. Then you'll take the stick back. Actually, no, you can do it over here too.
Promenade deck. Please exit other side. This is very confusing, I know.
Yes, both sides are exactly
Mind
the same.
the door.
So you never know what side of the pellerator to get out on. But you can only ride the pellerator when you're second class and first class. Now, switch this thing on, but you'll notice it's not working. Read down here. Unfortunately, this fan controller has blown a fuse. Well, you know what? It's blue. And we happen to have the blue fuse here. So now we can fix it. But first, let's just get that stick that we came here for. Whoop, I passed it. You go over here. Over here. There it is. Now what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to strike that with something. Fortunately, you have a perch. So run the perch over that blue dot there, grab the hammer, and be on your way, because that's all you can do here right now, because we still have the fuse we can put in. Alright, now let's go to the music room next.
The music room.
Alright, is it this way or the other way?
Please exit
Nope,
other
it's the
side.
other way.
This is very confusing. Goodbye.
Alright, welcome to the music room. Now, take a look around. It's very music-like. You got some chairs over here. That looks like it's got a pattern in there. We'll show you what that pattern means in a moment. Over here, you have the recording device. And look, that looks like a part of an what? A part of the body here. It looks like an ear, doesn't it? Now, this tube already has music on it, but it's the wrong song. As you can see, you hit the stop button again, that ejects it. This is the tube that we will be putting music on. Hit the stop button to close it, and I'll show you just what we can do. So exit that, come over here to the control panel. You are going to be the conductor for the automatic piano, the automatic cello, or the bass viol, and the automatic tubular bells, and the automatic whatever this doohickey thing is. But to control it, we have to look at this control board. Didn't we see a pattern like this before? Oh yeah, the chair. Okay, look at this. Now let's start with the bottom here. Now on the bottom, the dial is all the way to the end here and all the way to the opposite end there. So let's go and do that first. Okay, put it in like that and like that. Next, let's go down here to the side switches here. We got the one all the way down to the middle, or I'm sorry, all the way down to the bottom here. Then look in the middle switches here. This one's at the second notch up. This one's on the second notch to the from the top. Okay, so try to remember that. Bottom, second notch from the bottom, second notch from the top. Okay, we can't do anything about that one. But we can do something about this one. Second notch from the bottom. Second notch from the top. Alright. Next, we have these two, or at least we did in this one already. These two over here. This one's on the second notch from the left. This one's on the second notch from the right. Second notch from the left, that's where it is. Second notch from the right, which is where that is. Now let's look at those dials. Now you got two over here, so let's pay attention to these ones. They are pointing to the, they're pointing basically northwest, so let's get them to point northwest. So that one's already pointed. Turn that one on. All right, next. Now the opposite direction up here in this opposite corner, they're pointing to the northeast. Northeast there, northeast there. All right. Now let's look at this one. This one's pointing northwest, this one's pointing northeast. Northwest, northeast. Okay, then finally, this one over here is pointing northwest. And that one there is pointing northeast. That's why they give you two chairs. So, northeast, northwest. Okay, that's already pointing northeast. That one's already pointing northwest. So, if we have everything all in order, and it looks like we do, let's test it out and push the red button. And that sounds like music. That's the song you're supposed to be playing. But if we were to say, take some of these dials and do like that, it comes out horrid. As you can see. These are in perfect synchronization, but this isn't. See, these control that. And so now you've put it back into proper alignment so that it plays along with all these guys. Okay, so now that you got the settings correct, let's go over here and turn on this cylinder player or recorder. I'm going to hit the circle. Now come back over here. Hit the red button and let it play. Just listen to the tune. It's a rather really good tune. And there you have it. The song is over. Come over here. Hit the stop button. And if you want to, you can play it back if you wanted to, but you know it sounds good. Perfect. We got it all. Now hit eject, grab the tube, stick it in your inventory. Now let's exit out of here. And now you can take the ear, because now you played the proper song that removes the ear, and you get another one, so don't worry. But this is what we're after right here. That's the ear. Let's leave the music room. Once you play the correct song, the ear will come right off, and you can take it into your inventory, but you won't be able to do it until you play the proper song. Now let's find the thing that calls the pellerator. Pellerator will show up over here in your remote thingamy, so just hit that picture and hit call. There you go. Next, let's hit the bar. Oh, I hit it right the first time. Okay. This is the bar. Second class bar. And look up here.
That looks like Titania's vision center.
Yes, it is. Ring the bell for service.
Fortillion Banterburn O'Perfluous at your service. Welcome to the Starship Titanic.
Thank you.
Bar of bars. And what can I get you?
Well, I really don't know. I would like to get...
That looks like Titania's vision center.
Okay, get me the vision center.
Oh, what lovely words you do use. You've a voice like a favourite melody. Still, it's an answer you're wanting, isn't it? Hold your horses and let me think about it. On second thoughts, tie your horses up outside the saloon because they're upsetting the dancing girls. My little joke now. Now, what was it you were saying? Oh, yes, the Vision Centre.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm a wee bit stuck here with this cocktail. I'll let you have it when I'm finished.
Well, he needs help with the cocktail. There's one way to find out what the recipe is for the cocktail.
Last orders now. I need those glasses.
Let's look over here. Click on the telly, turn it on, and there's the recipe for the Titanic Titillator. 3 measures of Signorian vodka, which he provides, 2 measures of lemon juice, and we just need to find a lemon, 1 crushed television set. Yes, you said that right. 1 crushed television set. And 1 pureed flock of starlings. Now, where have we seen starlings? Oh, the promenade deck. But we need to figure out how to get pureed flock of starlings.
I'm getting bored with the top of my head. Got anything that will blow it away?
That parrot is so silly. But so annoying at the same time. Let's call up the pellerator. So now what we need is to go back here because that's all we can do. We're second class. We can't go to these places yet.
No stupid grinning, please.
Fuck you.
Who said that? That wasn't me.
The top of the well. Goodbye.
Alright. Now we know what we need. Lemons. We can't get that until we're in first class. Pureed starlings. We can do that right now, as a matter of fact. Let's go to the stairwell. He wants a flock of starlings, he'll get a flock of starlings. So down here, now for the purpose of this walkthrough, I will put together items as we need them to show you just where you need to go and how you need to put the puzzle together. That way it'll make more sense than just going out and getting them and not explaining what they do or what they're for. So go over to the fuse box here. And now we have the blue fuse we can stick right in there. Now we can turn that thing on, and that's the fan that powers the pureeing of the starlings. Now while we're here, let's go ahead and stick this sort of brain unit into Titania. Now I'm not sure where the color coordination goes exactly, so I'll just stick it in any old place, and you can rearrange them as you need to. So we'll just go ahead and stick that there. Oh, wait, we got an ear. We can put an ear in, too. Come back down here. Let's put that ear in there. Oh, it's for that one. Okay, so it puts it in automatically. There you go. Now we got 2 parts to Titania put together. Let's go and look for some more parts. Alright, in through the door. Come out the other side. Now you're in the top of the well again. Alright. That hammer can be used now. I believe it's around this way that you can go to the first, or the lower, that's elevator 2. Let's use elevator 1 since we're so familiar with that one anyway. Call the elevator, go inside.
Morning, sir. I was just thinking about the first time.
Give it any old number, 29.
Lobby, floor 29.
See, I just typed in 29 and he's taking us there.
Here is your floor, sir.
Thank you, Nobby. Now, all you gotta do is go into any stick room. This one will do. Zoom in on it. Alright, take the hammer, and we're gonna smash it. Just pull it up and touch it to the glass, it'll smash. Now watch this. When you walk away from it, a new one will pop up. Isn't that convenient? Now, let's go back into the elevator again. Oh wait, but while we're here, let me show you the chicken. Now remember that fuse, the yellow one that we took out and turned on? This enables us to get a chicken. But we can't do anything about it yet. So let's just take this chicken and feed it to Succubus because he loves chicken.
What you got for me? Ah, chicken. I love chicken. Oh, whoops. I seem to have accidentally swallowed it.
Okay, did you hear that? The parrot likes chicken. Use that to your advantage later.
Hello, sir. I was just wondering if you was going to step in
Let's
here.
go to the top of the well.
Yes, sir. Top of the well it is.
Now, the parrot loves chicken, so that will come in handy later. Now the parrot also loves pistachio nuts.
Top of the well, sir. From here you can walk to your requested destination.
That's another thing the parrot loves is pistachios. So now, where do we got to go now? Well, I say, let's go ahead and cut the video now. We'll come back and show you some more stuff. Tune in next time for Let's Play Starship Titanic. I'm Sonic Blue Darkfold. Thanks for watching.